Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another videos of the paid request. It's time for Mark. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for my top 5 favorite Michael Madsen performances. Now, I went through his list, and again, thank you once again, Mark. It actually took me a bit because I do like Michael Madsen as an actor. He's done a lot of films, and a lot of them are either films I've never seen, or films that, if I did see, seem like cheap trash. It seems like a guy that never says no to a movie. So he's in a lot of them, and a lot of them look like crap. But I did pick 5. I did pick 5. Number 5, I picked Glenn from Free Willy, who he plays the new stepfather. Or I should say the new a kid who's an orphan gets caught defacing with a bit of graffiti this animal attraction where there's killer whales and stuff in there. So as a punishment, he's got to clean it up, but he also stays with a foster family. And the guy is played by Michael Madsen. So that I kind of look at him as that stepfather, adopted father, father figure, however you want to put it. And it's one of those times where he got to play a good guy. He got to play a good guy who meant well, who understand the kid's situation because he's been there himself. And the thing is, he has the demeanor and he has the face of why they cast him a lot as villains. But it was nice to see him play, again, a good guy. And I liked the film as well. I saw that not too long ago. So, number 4, I picked a character named Nick from Executive Target. Now, to be fair, it's not so much the performance, it's the fact that it was cool to see Michael Madsen star in a PM Entertainment action film. People don't know, PM Entertainment, I would say, is a company that took over for Canon Films in spirit. Like, their films had the spirit of Canon Films of the 80s. So, I would call PM Entertainment the Canon Films of the 90s. Where you look at Riot and Rage and some of the Gary Daniels films, you look at, films like this, Executive Target, where, okay, Keith David is the bad guy, and the president is in danger, and the president's played by Roy Scheider, and Michael Madsen's put into the spot he doesn't want to be. So it gets to the point where he has the president in the car, and he's trying to protect them, and there's a ton of car chases and car explosions, and take your drink each time a car flips or crashes in that movie. More so than the Blues Brothers. And that's the thing with PM Entertainment, is that they put their money into the action. They must have had some deal where they could do some pretty crazy action for such a low price. Because you definitely see it in a lot of this stuff. So that's where I put this number 4. It's not a classic, but it's fun, entertaining diversion. If you like a lot of action, if you like the cast. Like I said, it was cool to see Michael Madsen as the lead as a good guy. Number 3, I put Bud from Kill Bill 2. He was definitely one of the more interesting, I don't even want to call assassins. Because he's one of the few that you could say beat the bride. It's really because of the other Daryl Hannah that Bud gets taken care of. But he has the bride did the rites and buried her and did all the other stuff. And again, he's related to, his character is related to the David Carradine character, Bill. So I like their dialogue between the two of them. I also like that Michael Madsen, on one hand, he's like, she deserves her revenge, and we deserve to die. Then he pauses and goes, well, she deserves to die too. So it's like a guy that's like fed up with everything, fed up with all that's going on and the killing, and he just wants it all to stop and end. But at the same time, he's like, not gonna go that easily, and you're a bad person too. So definitely seems like a conflicted type of character. Kind of wish he was in the film a bit more to learn a bit more about the character, a little bit what other layers are underneath the character. But definitely a high spot for in Kill Bill 2. And of course, number 2, because Michael Madsen had worked with Quentin Tarantino on Reservoir Dogs as Mr. Blonde. And what can I say? I mean, he's definitely... It's his most famous role. I mean, the scene where the music "Stuck in the Middle with You" is playing, and there's a cop tied up, and he cuts the ear off with such salacious glee. If he didn't do what I told him not to do, then he would. Again, Tarantino's dialogue worked very well in Michael Madsen's mouth, and definitely was the guy that you're the most afraid of that whole group. The guy who's the most shifty, the most dangerous. And there's a lot of actors. I mean, you got Steve Buscemi, you got Harvey Keitel, and you got a lot of other actors to be involved with this. So Michael Madsen definitely sticks out in a good way. And yeah, he did a wonderful job in that. And number 2, I would say, number 1 is without a doubt for me the character of Preston Lennox in Species. I enjoy Species. I think it's a fun, R-rated, sexy creature feature film. Beautiful Natasha Henstridge. Alien DNA with a little bit of human put into it. Of course, experiment gone wrong. After finding some alien DNA from the skies. Anyway, they found alien DNA, they decided to grow something, they grew the wrong damn thing. So now, this female alien breaks out, wants to mate, will kill if she needs to. In some nice gory ways, like the woman that's taking her mate, her potential mate, during a bathroom trip, thrusts the arm and severs the spine. Very nice gory detail. There's some good makeup effects in there. And some designs by H.R. Dieter, who designed the Xenomorph, of course. And while there is some pretty dated CGI, but the practical effects look really good. And I like the cast. It has a great cast because you got Ben Kingsley, you got Forrest Whitaker, you got Alfred Molina, who will later be in Spider-Man 2 as Doc Ock, among other films. Mark Hildenberger, who would be on, what was that one TV show that lasted, how many years? Couple dozen, it seems. Mark Hildenberger, I believe I've heard of her before. She was on this little TV show that gave me a huge hit. New turn Natasha Henstridge, I liked her. I even liked her in Maximum Risk with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And of course, Michael Madsen. While they bring Forrest Whitaker because he's an empath who can kind of sense things. Alfred Molina and company because they're scientists. They bring Michael Madsen because, as he puts it, if I'm here because it means it's because you want something dead. And again, it was nice to see him play a good guy, because usually I would see him in bits and pieces of these other movies playing a bad guy. And great to see him in the lead of this competent, decent budgeted sci-fi horror film with a bit of action in there. And I liked his character. He has some good lines where he's told that the reason they made her female is to be more docile and controllable. And he's like, more docile and controllable? Guess you guys don't get out much. Or Mark Hildenberger, when they killed the creature, she was part alien, part human. You know, which was the predator half, the predatory half, and Madsen goes, the dead half. Let's go. People probably view it as cheesy, but I thought it was fun, and I really liked his character. And like I said, likable, fun movie, and likable character, and I thought he did a good job. I don't mind them in the sequel, but the sequel sucks. Species 2. I don't really care for the plot, the story. Was that interesting to me? Using Natasha Henstridge, a new one, but now she is just in a cage sensing stuff until eventually she breaks out, and then blah blah blah. It's like, whatever. That didn't intrigue me. It's cool to see Michael T. Williamson, and I liked him, and I liked Michael Madsen, but that just seemed like a quite a bit step down from the first. So, but in the first one, yeah, a fun creature feature flick. So yeah, 1, Preston and Species, 2, Mr. Blonde and Reservoir Dogs, 3, Bud from Kill Bill 2, 4, Nick from Executive Target, which also had Roy Scheider and Keith David, and number 5, Glenn from Free Willy. So, it's just too bad at the end that he just cast in a ton. Like, to let me name, if I can get this. Let me name just a short number of films that he's been in. Let's say past 5 years, you know? Let's say from... No, yeah, let's say from, what's it? 5 years, 2019. Let's say 2019. 5 years. He was in a film called Trading Paint, which had John Travolta in it. The Garden Left Behind, which I guess had Ed Asner in it. Welcome to Acapulco, which I guess William Billy Baldwin was in. Born to Race, Primitiva, Red-Handed, Arctic Dogs, animated film with the voices of Jeremy Renner and James Franco. He had a bit role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as a sheriff. In 2020, he was in Angels Fallen, Conjuring the Book of the Dead, so it was like a Conjuring ripoff. Two Graves in the Desert. Oh yeah, I did see that. That's an awful film where he plays a villain. Very boring. Serpent in the Bottle, Shark Season, Unbelievable with 5 exclamation points, which parodies Star Trek. Has Snoop Dogg, Chase Masterson, and apparently has roles from tons of Star Trek people like Nichelle Nichols, Robert Picardo, Marina Sirtis, Michael Dorn, Walter Koenig, as well as Robert Davi, Dan Meyer, Julie Warner, Armin Shimmerman, Jeffrey Combs, Snoop Dogg, Garrett Wayne, Chase Masterson, and Tim Russ are the stars. Like, who the hell are these guys? Okay. Learn something new every day. Dirty Fears, Puppy Love, Batman Dying is Easy, a short Batman film where he played Bullock. There's a short film of Batman called Dying is Easy. American Night, every last one of them. Burial Ground Massacre, Christmas Thieves, The American Connection. I'm just at 2022. Dark Feather, Spirit Riser, South of Hope Street, Monster Mash, Final Wager, Arena Wars, Waiting Karma, The Wraith Within, Assault on the Hill 400, The Lurking Fear, Numbers, Grace, Incarnation, Until We Meet Again, Damon's Revenge, A Corpse in Kensington. Like, what the hell is any of this? I guess he was an outlaw Johnny Black, which was Michael Jai White's spiritual sequel to Black Dynamite. Well, there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.